so much for being with us again for the post-lunch session. To begin our first session, we would invite Ms. Jacqueline Anthony from Educomp Solutions to have a small presentation on the classroom smart class innovations that were brought in. And she will give a small presentation. After that, we would be starting a session on the preschool and early childhood education.
I think we all re-energized after lunch, but I believe that our audio systems start to be failing now, maybe. But a very good afternoon and a warm welcome to everybody. And it is indeed a great honor to be standing in front of an esteemed gathering here and to be presenting before you Educomp's yet another revolutionary product by the name of Smart STEM. So when I'm talking about Smart STEM, let's first try and understand what does STEM actually mean. STEM actually stands for Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics, and at Educomp we have tried to integrate this in the school education system in an integrated and an applied approach. So when I'm talking about Smart STEM, it's actually a cohesive learning paradigm completely based on real-world applications. It actually deals with more concrete issues which is related to the learner and the learning context, which is far away from rote or didactic learning. STEM allows the learner to make discoveries and experiments based on the knowledge firsthand rather than listening or hearing or reading about others' experiences. Now, having said that all, let me actually tell you that when it comes to the school, to the platter in front of the students, what will it actually bring to the students or to the learner in school? One, it accelerates learning as it is completely based on critical thinking, problem solving and decision making ability. Second, by moving beyond the theory to the realm of learning by doing, it actually allows the learner to practice and see what has been actually taught. Third, it produces demonstrable mindset changes by having a dramatic impact of the concept. For instance, if I give you an example, swimming is an activity which can be best learned by doing, not by just reading about it or looking at someone performing it. And last but not the least, it increases engagement levels through its wonderfully, beautifully designed 3D simulations activity, which is completely graded. So let me actually give you a glimpse of how does this Smart STEM actually function here. Now talking about Smart STEM, it's completely designed from class 1 to 12. And giving you a glimpse of one of the modules over here, it's a complete package which starts with the entire animation, which is giving you the exact conceptual clarity. So let me actually play a video for you which is based on structure of neuron and see how does it actually function.
Structure of neuron. To learn about various parts of the neuron and their respective function. In human beings, brain is the center of the nervous system. A magnified view of the brain shows a network of neurons. The neurons play a vital role in the transmission of nerve impulses. The other type of cell present is the neuroglial cell, which helps in providing support to the neuron. Let us now study the structure of a neuron. It has three parts: an axon, a cell body, and dendrites. Dendrites are the short, branched cellular extension of the cell body. They connect the neuron to the other surrounding neurons and receive signals in the form of impulses. The cell body, also called the cyton, is the central part of the neuron. A magnified internal view of the cell body shows a nucleus and cytoplasm containing mitochondria and endoplasmic reticulum. The endoplasmic reticulum shows Nissl bodies, which are seen scattered on its surface. The Nissl bodies are a characteristic feature of neurons. Another characteristic feature of nerve cells are the neurofibrils, which are delicate thread-like structures.
So if you actually look at it, see, I mean, when we talk about nursery KG classes, when we're introducing the concept, we actually have a lot of physical objects being brought into the classroom, and then the teacher starts explaining the concept. As and when we go higher into the classes, the concept starts going very abstract in nature. And obviously, as a teacher, as a mentor inside the classroom, it's really not possible for you to bring everything inside the classroom. So if you're talking about a digestive system or talking about neuron, for instance, it's really not possible for a teacher to bring that, you know, impactful experience, generate that lifelong experience for my child to actually gauge the concept inside the classroom. So, like when you see in the video, it has been completely designed in the form of a 3D animation. It is an amalgamation of your entire texture. It will have the entire voiceover, and the voiceover also, if you notice, it's completely designed in a neutralized form of accent here. Now, once my child has been through looking at the video, what do we do next? We have some beautiful 3D simulations that are designed up for you, which actually allows the learner to look, practice, and understand the concept further ahead. Also, when you look at these simulations or these activities, it has been completely graded. So it is moving from basic to the complex level of understanding of the concept. Another thing, if you notice over here, it has different levels that are designed for you. So whichever level you feel is actually appropriate or apt for that level of my students or that class, here I pick up that level and then take it. Now over here you see a question, can you identify the cell which is responsible for transferring the various stimuli to the brain? Anybody who would like to just randomly pick up an answer? Anyone? Anybody from science background? Or even if you're not, you can just neuron. So if I tick here, and let me also tell you, there is nothing like a wrong answer concept. It's like hit and try. So we are not like, you know, pulling down the child, saying that no, you're not getting the right answer. There's nothing like a wrong answer concept. It's a hit and try method wherein you click and you see for yourself whether it is the right option or not. And if it's not, then of course you click on the next image or next option available down to you. So as and when you keep answering, giving out the right answers, you move on to the next level. If I go for level 2, now it's gone up ahead in my complexity. Now I will have to touch and see which is my terminal button. If I click the right option, it also gives me the information up here that what terminal buttons actually are. So small piece of information which works as a recapitulation of the concept of the, which we had actually seen in the form of animation in the form of 3D video that we just saw. If I just would want to show you level 2 as well, when you go for level 2, again it starts as a recapitulation first and then it's going to start posing questions down to you. So if I click on the highlighted area here, so this is the kind of impact that it's actually going to be bringing it down to my children, which really, so it's like, you know, not everybody. So I usually ask this question that how many of us have actually read the book 2 States by Chetan Bhagat? How many of you have read the big book 2 States? Okay, okay. And how many of us have seen the movie 2 States? So I see a lot of more hands up when I talked about the movie. So, you know, it's very indicative that not everybody is into reading, right? And usually, you know, it's like when you look at a movie, when you look at something, it's like the entire concept is clear because visuals obviously throw greater impact on my mind here. So that is the kind of concept clarity that we're wanting to bring through this integrated form of learning, which is through STEM here. So again, as I move ahead, I would also like to give you glimpses of some other modules here. So if you see, it has been completely designed from 1 to class 12. Even if I show you class 7, let's say I'm giving you a glimpse of the respiratory system here.
Respiratory system. To understand the process of breathing, in humans, the main organs responsible for respiration are present in the thoracic cavity. In the thorax region, the rib cage and a dome-shaped fibrous tissue known as the diaphragm are observed. Present within the rib cage are the pleural membranes which enclose the lungs. The right lung is divided into 3 lobes.
Okay, so because of the time constraint, I won't be able to show you the entire video, but I would like to also take your focus on the different features also that we have related to it. So post the explanation in the form of a 3D animation, we also have the text available to you. So anytime my teacher wants to keep a quick track is to have my students noted down the concept here. Also simultaneously, if I would want to play the video, could be a possibility here. Then post the video or the textual concept here. We have the 3D simulations which I just gave you a glimpse of, followed by some multiple choice questions here. And it's a time-based activity, so whichever one my student or my teacher thinks is the right answer, I click and I keep moving ahead. Then we move on to the web links, wherein these are some links that we have cached in here, which has been designed, you know, after a lot of research and development that we did. We picked out some of the best links that go extremely as per the level of that class that we are looking into. Post which we have some key terms and images followed by for my recapitulation here. So Smart STEM is actually a revolution where the teaching meets learning and learning meets joy. So I hope you like the product, and I would like to really request each and every one present over here to please visit our stall, which is stall number 9. And we look forward to having you there, and if anybody would require some extra information on the product, we would be more than happy to serve you that with. Thank you so much, everyone.